Yep.
It's
also
pretty
cracked.
similar shape
Finally.
of the gramophone.
There's
I've
your
broken it down
cracks.
there on accident.
Thank you.
Someone's science experiment.
They were important, damn
Thinking
it.
about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although
He
Pointer
couldn't
might have been
see.
lying.
Personally, I think he was
Freya
telling the
for a
truth
minute.
about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
All the crack things. Freya's paints. Gramophone. Anything you
Those
want to
cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful
happy
vibration.
about the cracks.
Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too?
No.
Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected
The
themselves.
headphones that were on the
Yeah.
sap shoe. Got your headphones.
These are
Poppy
some
found them on
pretty
the floor.
heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening
I
to
love that we're
music
standing
on the
outside the
gramophone.
room.
Yeah.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
This is such
3.
a cool game.
The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
To Flora's tower.
Okay.
I'm feeling good.
Are you?
I'm feeling good.
What's bothering you?
No.
What's
Painting?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Was unable to finish the painting. Added what?
okay?
Self. Is it the other potted plant?
Is
that
it
wasn't
is
there?
it the other plant that I've been like harping on?
I was
I
harping
can see
it
the
too.
stars.
It was super important because that was a
Plant.
super rare plant.
It's in the book.
What?
Look,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already pointed this out.
Yeah. Super rare plant to feed a super rare bird. But there's only one.
I'm confused.
But there's
I can see the stars.
what about the actual
Ah.
what?
There's no blood.
You mentioned that before.
Why are you not?
I also like that the music stopped.
Mm.
This is good. This is good ambiance. The egg?
And it's dark.
Okay. You can't click in there, can you?
What is bothering you?
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Oh, this might be where your yellow comes in.
The yellow. Click. Oh, that's right. We can't click items, right? So the yellow is not smeared, and I was talking about this before.
Your yellow might be
It's
that's
gotta be it. Yep.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Because they said that she only
Flora's
prepares
ink
the
dip
colors
feather?
that she needs.
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
Found it somewhere else.
What was the
The ink tip feather.
found the ink tip feather? Yeah.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The
Was it
murderer
in the
couldn't have
potted plant
stolen
and
it
then
if they were
fell
up in the
off?
attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
It's the unfinished painting?
It's in the unfinished painting.
Because
It's not quite
that's
a
a
photo,
sketch
but
of
still,
the...
It's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder.
Yeah.
If only she'd finished it. And then I could be
But the other-
totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Yeah, because of the...
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
So is the pot...
It's going to be used to paint what?
It's got to be the other thing over there, but...
The other plant?
Yeah. But it's not... Was the golden beetle on the plant?
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Oh,
He got it.
something yellow in the window of Flora's tower.
The beetle? Click the beetle. Golden beetle. One over to it. Try it.
That's not
No.
it.
Oh. Penny's bird.
Birds.
Oh, that's
There she
sneaky.
is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did. But she's a very good listener.
It's Hawkshaw.
Hey, Hawkshaw.
Hawkshaw did it.
Not Hawkshaw. Fake Hawkshaw.
Well, now, I think this has quite served its
Fake
purpose.
Hawkshaw.
Don't you?
Someone that dressed up as...
Bam!
I don't know who you are. Oh, no, you're in the painting?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
What?
Bam! Tie her hands with the real thing.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I wanted to help Freya's friends. I just need to know the truth and justice for Freya.
What is it?
Why we're doing this?
Yeah. I just need to know
I
the
just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What
Were
did
those
Freya
all
do to
correct
you?
answers?
truth.
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like
Lady,
you've
it's
got
been like 8.
everyone
Been a while.
sussed. Unearthed
A few short hours.
every single one of
Adam,
our
Tom.
secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your
It's
notebook.
because we're not too bright.
Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
She's a mystery? She's lonely?
I don't know.
Penelope. Benny?
Yes.
She's lonely. She's lonely.
Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
What?
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, many
Yeah,
times.
it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
Okay. Why don't they live
You
here?
wanted to know
Thank you.
where they'd all gone?
Yep.
More
That's my
than
question.
that, I wanted to know
That's
if
true.
I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got.
That feels real.
Then,
Hmm.
I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
Freya was. The aviary, the attic, the study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing.
That's weird.
The wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been.
Okay.
Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Yes.
Misted?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what
Not a
are we
question.
talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids. Like cryptids? Like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least,
I like that it
that
pokes
was
fun
the
at
original
itself.
plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Something she found at photo? I think it's a group photo.
The 5 missing family members standing together
Ah.
as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The
We
age
did know
of
that.
Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all
That's why she left.
with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. Considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy.
Yeah.
A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
That's when he found the golden beetle.
Yeah.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and
Switching back
everything?
and forth 100 times when we go talk to Penny, then
somewhat sad
Hawkshaw,
to
then
admit,
Penny's right.
but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
She carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, Before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Oh,
New chapter! But,
wait, what?
oh.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still,
Too
I
good
take the
for her.
blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Yep.
Yes. It's that
Photo,
thing.
yep.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just
I did know
walk
that.
away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Psst, we nailed it.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But
Okay.
in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory,
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked
That's why
out what
the
had
picture
happened
was
to the
next to
5
the painting.
ambassadors.
Mhm.
Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of her room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them
Okay, fair enough.
initially. Worked on you too.
If you did focus on it immediately.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Ah, well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really
Get my beetle
rather
back.
not leave without it.
Oh,
Wait, it's still here?
in the gramophone?
Still inside the gramophone.
Okay.
That is a cheap shot.
That's a cheap shot.
Got knocked out by a bird. Birds are jerks.
She took
What's
the boat.
going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
Great.
My
Beautiful.
head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down
Did we get the
beside
bad
you.
ending?
She had her crossbow on her. But who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I
Pepper.
found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She
Slow
took the boat.
Fifi.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
We got the
It
beetle.
was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna kill
It
it.
doesn't belong to anyone.
Set it free?
So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again.
Fair.
I think that's what she would have wanted.
And we did it!
Whoa! Whoa!
Ugh,
I didn't think we were actually getting to it.
didn't either.
We tore through the last two chapters, though the first ones took a while.
Yeah?
That telescope. That was awesome. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
I'm really happy with this.
It did tend to play more like a graphic novel. Not a graphic novel. What am I thinking of?
A visual novel?
A visual novel. Thank you.
It's a point and click.
It is.
It's adorable.
It was awesomely done. The voice acting is amazing throughout the
Yes.
entire game. Amazing cast. I love the art.
They did so good.
They did a really good job. There was so much. The puzzles, how you could do the lines and everything.
Yeah,
That was a neat aspect.
there was enough variety that it didn't get old, which was nice. Because I know a lot of I know a lot of point and click stuff can get kind of repetitive.
Yes. The only part that was a bit repetitive was having to go through and ask everybody about all the things. But I feel a good
like
chunk
that
of
was our
'cause-
own
Yeah, because we
choice.
didn't have a direction.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of that was missing the telescope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
That was really good.
Perfect.
Yeah, very cool. I'd be wildly interested in seeing if there's anything that we missed.
Well, hang on.
Well, one of the things I was going to say was if we had missed something, it would be something interesting for other people to go check out.
I'm just gonna check and see. Hang on.
I'm going to go check the percentage. But that was really cool.
I am missing one of the achievements.
We are. Okay, so we missed something, at the very least. It definitely feels like a game
am I
that
missing?
they hide things in.
Research notes.
Ooh.
Missing. something with the research notes. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So,
cool.
yeah.
I'll give you that one.
So I would highly recommend, if you haven't already, to pick this one up.
Yes, please. Please
Play
do.
it yourself.
Go
Try
get
to
it.
see if there's anything else that we missed, because something tells me, especially in the clinking areas, we may have missed a few things.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially since the telescope there was one that I can't believe we didn't click earlier. But so cool.
Yeah. It's $20 right now on Steam. Just go get it, because I've had 8 hours of trying to push through this at a delightful pace.
At a casual place. I'd be very interested in checking out the original Grimoire too.
Detective Grimoire.
Detective
It's in my
Grimoire.
library.
Yeah, so we might be playing that at some point.
It's
I know that's an
possible.
older one.
It is an older
Yeah,
one.
but
The
very
art
cool.
style is not quite as clean, but it's still really, really cute.
Yeah.
But this was so good.
Yep. SFB did an awesome job on
Yes.
this. Both Adam and Tom put a lot of hard work into this, and it definitely shows. I'm still blown away by the voice acting.
It's so
Like
good.
mainly the voice acting. Like the art is really good. I'm big on art, but the
I'm not
voice
gonna lie
acting
to
of
you.
this was really good.
Right up until she revealed herself, my money was not actually on Penny.
On Penny?
At all.
I was on Pointer for a while. On
I was too.
Professor. Yeah.
I was too.
I was on Professor. I had been on Penny at one point when I thought it had to do with Fitz and Poppy.
Yeah.
But once that kind of like got solved, then I kind of went off of her.
Right.
So that was really cool. There's definitely a lot of layers to it.
It was so
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm so happy with that. Like, it's been a long time since I've had a really good point and click adventure, and this is it.
Yeah.
So please go support SFB Games
Yep.
and go get this on Steam. You will have a lot of fun with it.
You can find links
Good.
to both the game itself and to other things that are their Steam page in general down below. If you're in YouTube, you'll also find a link to their Twitter and their Steam page for SFB, which you'll also find snip clips on there probably, because they did that one, which is also pretty fun. Wildly entertaining.
Yes.
I'm really glad we did this.
And that's it.
Yeah.
We are done with Tangle Tower now, so next week I will be starting a new game, and I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm going to have to figure that one out.
Yep.
But we are done for the evening, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming to hang out with us and watching
Appreciate
our video and hanging out. And we will be back again on Monday at 7 Eastern.
Yes.
And he will be finishing
I will
Lumos.
be finishing Lumos.
Are you sure?
I am 90% positive.
Okay.
I am like I'm like 3 or 4 puzzles away from the end.
We don't know that.
And well, from the distance, it looks like I'm like 3 or 4. I've got one that I got stuck on last time. If you guys were watching, that I played a few minutes afterwards and I figured it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, going after this, we'll try to figure that out, and then on next Thursday we'll have to find something new. Yeah.
So, thanks everybody so much. We really appreciate it. Please remember, if you have recommendations for indie games, send them our way. We are more than happy to play whatever you guys want to see, whatever you think needs more attention, in addition to the stuff we think needs more attention, because honestly, we're also here for you.
A lot of great games.
There are so many games.
If you're enjoying what you're watching, please throw us a follow. If you're on YouTube, please think about subscribing.
What he said. Yep.
And yeah.
Have a great evening, everyone, and we will see you all again on Monday. Okay? Bye, guys.
Ta-ta.